Hi everybody. I'm going to give it just a few minutes and see if anyone pops on. I know it's a kind of a tough time. People are just getting out of work and stuff if you're working or trying to get kids settled. So I'll just give it a few minutes. I'm super excited to be here. If anyone's on, can you give me like a thumbs up so I can see it come across the screen? That would be super helpful. Just give it a couple minutes or a minute. We'll see if anyone pops in here. Hopefully, let me know if you're here. If you guys could like a heart or a little thumbs up, something, let me know that you're here so I can see and we can get going. Hi guys. All right, it looks like some people are here, so why don't we jump to it. My name is Erin Booker, and I am incredibly blessed to be a coach on our team, and I am so grateful that you have joined us for this amazing 3-day event where we get to share our hearts with you, and you get to know some of the amazing men and women that I am blessed to call my family. And I don't use that word lightly at all, but they really are my family. So I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm going to just share a little bit about my story and how I came to be a coach on this team, and what this team has done for me. And you saw that I titled this Breaking Out of Prison, and for me that's more true than I could ever put into words. I started to gain weight when I was probably 11 years old, 10 maybe. By 10 years old, I remember people calling me fat. I remember my siblings making fun of me. I'm the only girl. I have 2 older brothers, and I have a little brother who's 15 years younger than me. But I remember by 10 being made fun of. And I remember learning very quickly that my worth was defined by what other people thought of me. And what I perceived that other people thought of me was that I wasn't worth anything, that I wasn't the pretty girl. I played sports when I was younger, and I was pretty good at soccer, and that was my ticket. That's what made me feel good. That's what gave me self-worth. And then I got hurt, and I couldn't play anymore. And life just quickly spun out of control. I'm the survivor of some pretty significant abuse, and my sports was always my way to escape. And then when that got taken away, I didn't know how to escape. I just knew that I didn't want anyone to ever touch me. I didn't want anyone to ever look at me and want to touch me. And so I built a prison to keep everyone out, and I built it brick by brick, pound by pound. And what I have learned is that not only did I build a prison that I thought was keeping people out, was that really what I did was build a prison that kept me locked in. So I just imprisoned myself is what ended up really happening. And that's so sad. It's so sad that at 12 years old, I felt worthless. I didn't know why I was born. I remember having thoughts of, why am I here? And maybe I just shouldn't be. I don't know, and I pray that no one else understands, but I am sadly very sure that many people do. But my weight just skyrocketed. I gained weight, and I kept gaining weight, and I kept gaining weight, and I kept gaining weight. And, kids are not nice. Kids are really mean. I remember my freshman year in high school getting on a bus and people making elephant sounds at me and just humiliating me. And I had to get back on that same bus the next day with those same kids and pretend that they didn't have an impact on me. But what ended up happening is that I just became completely closed off. I decided that I was worthless, and so I decided that I would prove that I was worthless. I would prove to everyone that I was worth nothing, and that's how I lived. And I continued to eat and eat and eat, and I've been, through tragedies and through horrific things, and I used food and different substances, if we're being really honest, as a way to cope. And when the substances went away, when I got smart enough to stop that, the food got even worse. And I ended up over 500 pounds. And people don't realize that I was that big, and I listen, my weight loss journey has had everything from gastric bypass to Weight Watchers to a place called Diet Center to my parents sending me to fat camp, which all that did was prove that I was an embarrassment. They had to send me away. So I just ate and ate and ate. And, I lost some weight from my gastric bypass, but I didn't learn how to feel differently. I didn't learn how to look in the mirror and not be disgusted, or how to feel like I was worthy of greatness, or that I had a purpose in life. And, this whole time I'm going along and I'm in school and I'm doing well in that respect. And I built this amazing career for myself that I love. But I always felt worthless. And I keep using that word, but I felt imprisoned. I felt trapped and stuck in self-hatred. And I'm a mom of 3 beautiful kids. I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I have an amazing husband, but I never felt good enough. I always looked at them, at my kids, and thought, wow, they deserve a better mom. They deserve a mom who can teach them how to love themselves. They deserve a mom who doesn't want to crawl inwardly all the time. They deserve a mom who's going to go run around the playground. And what they had was a mom who cried in her closet, a mom who yelled at them too much, because I just didn't feel good enough, and so my relationship suffered. That's what they had. And then I remember seeing my coach on Facebook, and I would watch her post about this stuff called personal development, and I didn't know what the heck that meant. But I messaged her one day, and I never met her. It was just on Facebook, and I messaged her and was like, what, I pretty much just asked her, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? And, she started to just kind of message back and forth with me, and I did some personal development work. I started to listen to podcasts because I have, at the time, I've been a coach a year and a half. At the time, my 2-year-old was just a little baby. But having her was life-changing because she's my only girl, and I realized that this was my chance. Like, was I going to raise another girl in this world to feel worthless, to let men decide her worth, to do things that she would never want to do because it gave her a sense of worth and being good enough? And I didn't want to do that. And so I started doing this personal development, and I started to heal from the inside out. And that's really true, you guys. Like, I tell people all the time, we as coaches, we're not in the business of selling fitness. I'm a big girl still. I'm still on my journey. But I can help people because I understand where they are. I understand where they've been, and I get where they want to go. And I can take their hand and do it together because I've learned that I have that worth. And I learned that through this team. I learned that through personal development and growth. I learned that because these amazing members of our team, of our tribe, just enveloped me with love. And they told me that I was good enough, and that my life did mean something, that my kids deserved to have a mom that loved themselves, and that I deserved to be loved. And for me, that was huge. And so, I've done all these weight loss programs. I've tried everything out there. Like you guys, I said, I've had weight loss surgery, and I gained all of my weight back almost. Becoming a coach has saved my life. because not only do I get the amazing privilege of helping other people find their happiness, I get to be a part of this team of unconditional love and support who love me enough to call me out and tell me, hey, Erin, you're slipping, get on it, but will be there to help me get back on it and then to celebrate with me when I do. So since joining my team, I have lost over 100 pounds. In total, I have lost 300 pounds plus, and I'm really proud of that. But what I've lost is nothing compared to what I've gained. What I've gained is a family. What I've gained is financial freedom for my family because I'm building a business that is going to allow me at some point to have my kids in whatever school I want them in without worrying about money. It's going to help my husband to go to school debt-free and not have to worry about working at the same time because I'm covering both our incomes. I do this, you guys, working full-time as an executive in a hospital, raising 3 kids, and being a wife. But if I want my dreams to come, then an hour a day isn't very much to make that happen. And with this team, we're going to give you everything you need to succeed, just like they've given me everything I needed to succeed. And I hope you are hearing something you can relate to. I'm a food addict who felt worthless and imprisoned in my body, and I am finding freedom through this team. I am finding freedom through being a coach. So if you can relate at all, please take our hands. I promise you that we will love you just as much as they all love me. And if I'm lovable and I'm worthy, then I can promise you so are you. So I can't wait to get to meet some of you. I can't wait to just wrap my arms around you and love on you. And I can't wait to just embrace you as part of our Fit Fam. So please remember, if you've been brought on here, if you've been invited, it's because we see something in you that's amazing. We see something in you so worthy, and we want to help foster you to grow, to build a business that is thriving towards whatever your vision is, because my vision looks very different than every other person you've heard talk so far. And it'll look different than every other person you hear talk over the next 2 days. But the best part is that together we fight. Together we push, and together we will all cross the finish line and succeed. And I pray that you are with us on that day. We pray that you're holding our hands, crossing that finish line with us. Have an amazing night. Thank you so much for coming on with me. If you have any questions, please comment below. We will answer anything you have. And again, we really hope to see you as part of our team. Have an awesome night. Bye.